Very good evening to all. The Bible says Jesus said those words, "Come to me as you are, and I will give you rest." So you see that Jesus, when he invites the people to come to him, he doesn't make any restriction. God says, or Jesus says, "Come to me as you are." And maybe you are watching me right now, you are down, frustrated, you are depressed, your family left you, you are alone, you are a mother fighting for your children, you are there and you don't know what to do with your life. The problems, the year changed, but the problems are the same. I would like you to invite you to stay with us. And if you can, call us, because right now we'd like to talk to you and to help you. If you need our help, we have here the details below your screen, our helpline, our WhatsApp. And if you are watching me from Facebook, you can send us a message. We have right now people who are available to help you to overcome this situation. Okay? We're going to watch the testimony of Chris right now, and through the power of God, she overcame. And the same way that she did, you can do as well. Stay with us.
I actually came from a really good family. You know, if you looked at my family, you would say that, oh, she's got no reason to get depressed. They were loving. I had everything that I needed at home. You know, financially we were stable. I never wanted for anything. My parents were amazing, but I started to develop from the age of 16. I started to think about my future, and then I realized that one day I was actually going to die. I'd never thought about death before. And then when I started to think about the whole concept of death, I started to have my first panic attack. It started in my stomach, and then I started shaking and then screaming. It was horrible. I felt like I was going to die. And from that point, that's when I started to get depressed. I was always anxious. So anywhere I would be, even if it was a nice day like this, I'd be in a lovely park. Inside, it was like this kind of nerves, like uncomfortable. And I would feel like something heavy on me. Like there was a heavy load on me all the time. I didn't feel like I could speak to anyone because I really felt I was the only one that felt this way. You know, I felt like I would lose my friends. And even I thought if I explained to my family what was going on, I felt like I would make them start thinking the same way and they would start to have what I had. So it was like I felt like I had some kind of disease that I would pass on to my family. When I did eventually tell my parents, I started to make them suffer because they didn't know what to do with me. They didn't know how to help me. So one day I asked the counsellor, what do I do about this? And he said to me, I'm not here to tell you what to do, I'm just here to listen to you. And for me it was like, I don't need to talk about it anymore, I need help. What do I do to get rid of these feelings? How can my life change? And in the end, because I saw that it wasn't helping me, I ended up lying to the counsellor and to my parents and said, oh, everything's okay now, just so I could come off the list. Things got worse from there. The relationship with my father broke down completely because I started to become quite rebellious at home, and I would just start going out and disrespect him. I didn't even think to do any research or anything, because I'd been to the doctor hadn't helped me. And actually my dad had also first of all taken me to the Greek Orthodox Church to speak to the priest. So that was the priest, the counsellor, the doctor couldn't help, my parents couldn't help, my boyfriend couldn't help, the few friends that I did tell couldn't help. On the way back from work I would go past this building. And I would be on the bus and I would see lots of people inside, and it was packed. It was always packed. I remember the windows steamed up because there were so many people in there. And there was a sign that said, does it pay to pray? And then one night I had probably one of the worst panic attacks that I ever had. It was really, really bad. I was still shaking the whole day. Next day I went to work, I was shaking. I remember that walking in, I walked in, it's like, as soon as I pushed the door open, it's like the shaking stopped. I felt like I had walked somewhere familiar, though it was the very first time that I'd walked in to this place, but it felt safe, it felt familiar, it felt like home. For the first time, someone said to me, your life can change. I felt better immediately, when I left that first day. I never had a panic attack again after that very first service, never again. Today, my life is the complete opposite of what it used to be. I'm genuinely happy now. It's not fake, I'm not putting on a front. I never thought I could actually reach this point where I would feel this way, because when you've been through something like depression and other mental health issues, it really feels like you're stuck forever and like there is no future for you. But now I look forward to every day. Every area of my life has changed, including my marriage. Because now, we get on so well, we laugh so much, we're always joking around, messing around, we act like teenagers. We're in our 40s, but we act like teenagers today. So what I would advise someone that's going through depression or any other mental health issue is start attending the UCKG Help Centre, but go determined, believing that your life can actually change. And stick with it, persevere, because your life's not going to change completely overnight. You will see a difference immediately, I believe, but it's something that you have to persevere, you have to keep going with. Some people might think, oh, is there a cure? Well, yes, there is a cure. There is. And until the day I die, I will be speaking this message to people, because I don't want anyone to feel the way that I used to feel.
We are back with you. You can call us 08612 1255. 08612 1255. Or you can send us a message here on Facebook, and we're going to have the pleasure to help you to overcome. You saw that Chris was in the deep of the hill, if I can say like that. She was in the very traumatic situation, but she overcame. She stood up one day and she decided to fight. This is what you need to do, because what the devil wants is to stop you. What your problems wants is you to lay down and think that for you there is no way, for you there is no solution. But God is the one that pushes you up and makes your life to be transformed. Watch the story now of Shirley and see how she overcame, and the same will happen with you.
Good day, my name is Shayla Krzysztofowski. Before coming to the UCKG Help Center, I had suffered from depression as well as a low self-esteem. At the age of 13, I started experimenting with alcohol, and by 16, I had added cannabis to my experimenting. I started dating, and as well, I moved out of home. The boyfriend that I had at the time became the father of my child at the age of 18. And because of the mistakes that I had made and the wrong choices that I made in my teen years, I didn't see a brighter future. This sent me into a low self-esteem and a depression where I couldn't see any future that was bright ahead of me. Because of the mistakes that I had made, I lived in regret for a very long time. Later on, the father of my child and I separated, and I started dating another boyfriend. We had physical fights, and the ultimate fight that we had led me to being arrested. Being in prison for 3 to 4 days was one of the lowest points in my life. And at this point, I was hopeless. I saw no way out. At a later stage, my current husband came to the UCKG before me. And because he was suffering from addictions and I saw how he got liberated and freed from those addictions, I found hope. At first, I was reluctant to come because I did not believe that my situation could change. But when I saw how he overcame, I too came to the UCKG Help Center. Here, I received strength through the counselings, through the instructions that were given to me. And I began to use my faith, although at first I did not believe. But as I obeyed and I went forward, I became stronger. And today, I have peace. I have a calming way. I can look to the future with brightness, and I'm confident of what is coming ahead of me. I strongly advise you that is out there right now. You may be living in a dark hole, not seeing a way out, living in regret, unable to forgive yourself for the mistakes that you made. Come to the UCKG Help Center. We are here to help you. You can overcome your problems as I have today.
My dear viewer, we are closer to the end of this program. I just want to leave you our address if you'd like help. Every Friday, we have the treatment against the depression, but the UCKG Help Center has their doors open every single day, 365 days a week. And every day we have services at 10 o'clock in the morning and also at 7 p.m. and 4 o'clock for those who speak Portuguese. You are our guest to join us here in Stockholm at the Birger 106. You are our guest to be with us. If you'd like more information, you can visit our website www.uckg.se. There you're going to find information about our help center, okay? It was a pleasure to be with you. May the Lord of the Bible bless you all, and until next time.